Like father, like son, never far from the tree, whatever the cliche, Reese and Rod Millen understand it. Reese the drift star, Rod the rally, Pikes Peak, and off-road star. Now Rod's a star in the world of alternative vehicles, from robotics to electrics. But an electric car in drifting? I heard that Tesla wanted to build an electric car to maybe go drifting. Can a electric car work in the drift environment?
Well, you know, just the characteristics of electric propulsion, you know, the torque from an electric motor, it's a flat curve, you know, it's not a curve, it's a straight line. So
all torque from zero.
Exactly. So, you know, there's a lot of elements like that are absolutely suitable for certain types of racing, especially short endurance type of racing like drifting or, you know, maybe a Pikes Peak event or so on. In these days, you've got a lot newer battery technologies that are much more capable, can store more energy. So you can make the most of that. And then also your controllers how you deal with that energy supply and how you most efficiently use it. So yes, we're working on different vehicles, you know, for street applications at this stage that are all electric, and then also for our U.S. government here for military applications, working on hybrid electric vehicles that have not only greater fuel economy, but you know, now we can size the engine smaller. And it's a packaging issue as well. We can put a smaller engine there, have a battery pack. We can even silently run for 10 miles, so that's an advantage. And then we've got all this onboard power, which, you know, to distribute that power for any number of mini applications out in the field is an advantage.
Does the electric car have a place in racing?
Absolutely. You know, it just, you know, we're just starting to see that, and you know, and it might be, you know, the hybrid type there. You know, your internal combustion engine with electric assist. You know, you've got some opportunities for recovery energy under braking.
Curse system that they're doing in F1.
Yeah, and you know that exists on Priuses and many hybrid cars, every hybrid car that's out there today. So there's lots of opportunities there. You know, it's just, you know, some organizations haven't really got their heads around it yet, but yeah, I see it as definitely a developing technology for motorsports applications.
So the supercar, Shelby supercar, Ultimate Aero EV, they say that they have 500 horsepower and 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, and they could go, I don't know how many 100 miles an hour. But I've had some engineers tell me that that's crazy, that the technology doesn't exist for that yet. You're an engineer. Tell me whether or not it can happen.
You know, it depends on your duration. You know, you've still got battery storage issues. You know, you've got to be very
You could put together a battery pack that you could go 200 miles an hour for 30 seconds and then it just stops.
Exactly. So you can do those sorts of things.
Extension cord runs out.
Well, you know, so now it's a trade-off. It's a balance of systems engineering to figure out, you know, how big should your battery pack be? How big should your electric motor be? And, you know, what's the weight of your vehicle? You know, you got to take all that into account when you're designing a vehicle. And what's the type of event that you're going into? You know, but you know, there's certainly limitations. You know, it's not endless, but battery technology is slowly developing, and you know, so that's getting better and better as well.
So how far away are we from seeing an electric car competing against internal combustion, or will it just be electric cars competing against themselves?
You know, you could have a mixture, and the same old deal again, depends on the duration of the race. You know, if it's a
drag race or a drift thing is short enough to where you could do it.
No problem. You could easily do that there. But if you want to go a 500-mile race, you know, there's a lot of energy stored in 1 gallon of gasoline. So and you know, look how fast you can dump in another 25 gallons. You know, so you can't charge your batteries in 5 seconds. So you know, there's certainly some issues there, and you know, the gas engine certainly has a place, but then, and that's where that combination of both a hybrid system, where you've got a combination of your electric and your gas engine, is certainly available nowadays. That technology exists, you know, and it's quite mature.